Welcome to the Goodyear City Council meeting. We're excited to have you be a part of this important public process. Tonight, you will have the opportunity to address City Council on both non-agenda and agenda items. The agendas and the speaker request cards are located on the tables outside of council chambers. You must fill out a speaker card in order to address the City Council. Please hand in your completed card to the City Clerk before the start of the meeting. If the meeting has already begun, please hand it to any city staff. You may also check the I do not wish to speak option on the card. This allows you to still voice your opinion on an item on the record without having to speak. Public comment on a non-agenda item will take place during the citizen comment portion of the evening. These are items that don't appear on tonight's formal agenda. The City Clerk will call your name when it's time for you to speak. At that time, please approach the podium and state your name for the record. We ask that you speak clearly into the microphone. You'll have a maximum of 3 minutes, and there is a timer visible from the podium. When the light changes from green to yellow, your time is coming to an end. When the light turns red, your time is up. Note that you may also choose not to speak if other speakers before you have said what you wanted to say. Shouting, cheering, and loud noises will not be tolerated, and violators may be removed for disrupting the meeting. Goodyear City Council meetings stream live on Facebook and YouTube, and online at goodyearaz.gov. Thank you for your participation in tonight's meeting.
Regular meeting, January 6, 2020. Please join me and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all the blessings you have bestowed upon our city in 2019. We know your word allows us to enter this brand new season of 2020 to continue to build upon the good news and the victories of our past. We ask for your spiritual guidance in meeting the new challenges and opportunities for our city as responsible and trustworthy stewards, filling our hearts, minds, and eyes with intentional, sound financial decisions. Continue to strengthen our bridge of communication, vision, and ideas as council with our communities, uniting us as one, causing all to prosper as a community, showing respect and value for all our lives. We ask for a special prayer for our committed staff as they tirelessly continue to serve in lockstep with council. And Lord, we ask for your blanket of protection for our police and fire and the men and women of the armed forces serving throughout the world. In your name. Amen. 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 I have a hard time getting up here in this chair. We are all present, and so we're going to go to the communication. We only have one item tonight. It's a special item. We will be recognizing Support Services Manager Chris Nadeau, services to the city in his retirement. Inter-Chief of the Police, Santiago Rodriguez, will present.
There we go.
There you go.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you for this time. So we are here to recognize Chris Nadeau for his retirement. I know he has his lovely wife, Kathy, with him tonight also, but I would like to take a quick minute and just go over some of the accomplishments that he's done and a little bit about his life. So Chris Nadeau served for over 8 years in the U.S. Army. After that, taking a short break in the public sector, he decided to start his public safety career in 1993 with the Pinal County Sheriff's Office. He was there for about a year and then decided to move on in 1994 to the City of Glendale Police Department as a dispatcher there. He worked at Glendale for 6 years, and in 2000, he came over to the city of Goodyear. So he's been the telecom manager here. He's also helped us with a lot of projects, policies and procedures, and special projects that go on. But he has accomplished so much, and I know I'm going to leave a lot of stuff out because I just don't have the time to go over that long list, right? But here are some of the things that he's done. So he's attended and completed the Certified Public Manager program at ASU. He's completed an intensive 10-week police staff and command course with Northwestern. He's also was in the first class of ALP, which is our Arizona Leadership Program for police officers here. He was instrumental in designing our new state-of-the-art standalone telecommunications building. As you can see, the ribbon cutting there is on the screen. And a little bit about that, we know that people have come to see the telecommunications building from different parts of the state, and there are some that are being built just like ours, I believe up in Cottonwood and then in the northeast part of the state, like up towards Show Low and Pine Top Lakeside. So nice to see that legacy moving forward. He implemented a new digital trunk public safety radio system as part of the Regional Wireless Cooperative. He also participated in the development of the Regional Wireless Cooperative from the ground up. So he was one of the founders in helping that get up and running. He served on MAG PSAP Managers Committee for 16 years, and that included a 2-year term as the committee chair. So he implemented a new CAD records mobile field reporting system with us 15 years ago, and that is the last project that he's finishing up with us, is implementing the new changes to that system. So with all that, I want to say that Chris has truly left a legacy behind. He won't be forgotten not only here, but throughout the state for the things that he's done. And I also would like to take a second and recognize Kathy, his beautiful wife, because she's obviously shared Chris with us for the years. I can't protect you anymore, Kathy. Now he's going to be at home for a while. But anyways, thank you, Kathy, for sharing him with us. It means a lot. So from all of us here at the City of Goodyear, Chris, we wish you the best in your well-deserved retirement. Thank you for your service and congratulations. So if I could get Chris and Kathy to come up here, I'd like to present a small shadow box that we have for him. It does have our logo on it and a little plaque there for you. So congratulations, Chris. I can say shop with a cop won't be the same, right, without Chris and Kathy. So thank you. Any words?
I've had the pleasure of standing before council numerous times, both to spend money and to justify money we spent and to ask for more money. But the one thing that's always struck me is the professionalism and the, I guess, spirit of family that comes with working in Goodyear. So, with that said, and before I break down, I wanted to say thank you to all of you and to all the staff. It definitely is not a single person that can make an impact in an organization or a city. We're lucky enough to live in Goodyear. We are going to be moving away up to Prescott to enjoy some cooler temperatures and hopefully to get out of a little bit of traffic. It's getting crazy here. But I cannot think of a better place to have spent 20 years working for a municipal organization. It's just been fantastic. So thank you very much.
Don't go anywhere.
Nope.
So let's give a round of applause. And all right. Let's start with comments from my vice.
I told Chris earlier today when I saw him that I wasn't going to go too far back into our long history, but I think I met Chris right off the bat when I came in 2001, as when you were the telecom manager and I was the ops chief in the fire department. So Chris and I go way back, and we've had a lot of great discussions. The teamwork has been spectacular. And Chris was always the one whispering in my ear once I became elected, keep going, we're doing a good job. You know, he was always out there encouraging what was happening. So whether a city employee or a city resident, Chris was very passionate about our community. So look forward to seeing you in retirement and seeing what the future holds. Another legacy retires from Goodyear PD, but thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Joe Pizzillo?
Hi, Chris. I enjoyed working with you as a budget manager. I was an employee and on that side of the podium, and it's been a pleasure on this side of the podium working with you as you bring your various requests for the budget. You did a fantastic job for the organization, and again, I wish you well in your retirement. And I'm sure you'll find something to get into while you're on retirement. Just keep busy. That's what I found. Unfortunately, I ended up here. But again, not finding something to keep you occupied. You got to do that. But again, I wish you the best. And it's been a pleasure working with you.
Thank you.
Councilman Loretano?
Also want to wish you a happy retirement where it's cooler. And I don't know about the traffic up there, but it's cooler, so it's not so bad. I remember when you gave me the first tour of when I started of the 911 center with the rats and the server in the bathroom. So I want to thank you for everything you did, and you kept that place running wonderfully. And then we got the new 911 center with your assistance and everything. Like you said, you come ask for money, but you know what you need. And I think that expertise, unfortunately, we're going to lose that. But we wish you all the best in retirement.
Councilman Campbell?
Well, Chris and Kathy, you have, both of you have been so amazing for our Shop with a Cop. And you have made the children of Goodyear so very happy when you have portrayed Santa and Mrs. Claus so beautifully. On a personal note, Chris, my son John, when he worked for Motorola, said that you were one of the finest radio people he had ever met. And that Goodyear was very lucky to have someone of your caliber in that position. I met you shortly after you came to work here, probably in 2001. You ran your 911 area wonderfully well. Everyone in there loved you, even though their job was so stressful, but you were right there with them. And you have continually been a wonderful partner to all of Goodyear. So we wish you the very best. You're going to be up in Prescott, so you better tell some of our people who have moved up to Prescott, hello. They got away from the traffic as well. But we wish you the very best, and we hope that we see you some more as Santa and Mrs. Claus, because you were absolutely phenomenal in that position.
Laura?
Well, I haven't had a chance to work with you much, but I did get to tour the center a couple of times, and it's so cutting edge. And I just want to say thank you for your years of service. You are leaving a legacy. You're an example of an exemplary public sector employee. And so this season comes to a close, but a new one opens, and I just wish you and your family the very best. It's your new beginning.
Brandon?
Yes, I just want to say also thank you so much for your service. I did tour the old 911 center as well, and I remember that and all the fire hazards, it seemed like, that were there. And then to the new one, I know some of the employees that are there as well. So I know you run a great organization. You've obviously been a great member of the city, and a lot of great passion and work have gone into making the city better and better. So we appreciate you for that. And once again, just thank you for everything you've done for the city, and congratulate you on your retirement. And that's a great that milestone, and I would look forward to you enjoying that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Chris, you certainly have left a legacy at Goodyear. And I have to tell you, I feel so relieved that you actually ended up getting the police department building before I built a city hall. We had some very serious conversations, and he had all the plans drawn out, and then we voted to go on with the Civic Center, or wasn't Civic Center, City Center then. And then circumstances brought you back around, but the nice thing, you stuck with it, and congratulations, you should be proud of it. And Kathy, you know, being a policeman's wife is like a military wife. You are in the department. I don't care what anybody says, you live with it 24 hours a day. You have a lot of responsibility, a lot of stress, a lot of things happen in that. So I congratulate you for being such a great wife, a great mother, and the contributions you've made to our city. So So go off and have fun, okay? Enjoy your retirement.
Will do. Thank you very much.
Oh, is there a picture? Why doesn't everybody come back up? And let's go down, everybody. All right, we're down to number 2. We have appointments to the Arts and Culture Commission and the Public Safety Personnel Retirement Board. Our city clerk, Darcy McCracken, will be presenting. Darcy?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is a request to approve the recommended appointments for boards, commissions, and committees. The subcommittee met on December 17th and have made the recommendations for the Arts and Culture Commission and also the Public Safety Personnel Retirement Boards. And that concludes my presentation.
All right. Then we'll go ahead with this. You're ready. Thank you. So can I have a motion and a second to approve the recommended appointments? Do I hear that motion?
So moved. Second.
I heard a motion from Vice Mayor Stipp and a second from Councilman Pizzillo. Any discussion? All right. So let's vote for it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. The city clerk will now call the appointees forward and administer the oath of loyalty.
So if Erin McFarland, Lisa Paulos, Louise Prevet, Holly McKenzie, and I don't see Michael Stewart. But if you all come up here, actually, yeah, this is probably good. Making a decision here. Okay, so I'll need you to raise your right hand and then repeat after me. So I state your name. Do solemnly affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And defend them against all enemies. Foreign and domestic. And that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of Commissioner to the best of my ability. Congratulations.
So don't go away. Excuse me. No, bring them back. Don't go away. We have a very talky council. You know, they like to express themselves. So I'm sure someone want to express, you know, your volunteerism and what you do and how important it is to you. So I'm going to start down here with Councilman Loretano.
Well, now it's official.
I called you Loretano, Councilman
Oh, well, I heard the Laura.
Oh, yeah, but Laura. Yeah, I know. It's a blonde and brunette. Go ahead.
Well, it's official. You've taken the oath, and our commissioners, and we're very excited to see your ideas, your participation, and just the impact that you're going to have in making our city a cultural, artistic, musical, everything destination. We've built a great brand, and you're going to have a great part in advancing it in the future. So we're so excited. Thank you so much for your willingness to serve.
Thank you, Laura. Anybody else want to join on this? Go ahead, Sherry.
I want to echo that. We got to meet you all just for a little while, and some of you we've seen around a lot. So we are very excited for you to join our Arts and Culture Committee and the city, and I'm just looking forward to what the plan is going to be, what we're going to see come from you next year. After I guess you guys have the retreat coming up, so welcome.
Vice Mayor?
I just obviously want to echo the welcome and remind now you, the new board members, and Guyleen, I have discretionary money to spend on arts this year, so you guys have the time to go through it. We talked about that earlier, so enjoy and keep doing good work for the city.
Councilman Hampton?
I would say thank you. Thank you for stepping up and volunteering. I mean, volunteers is what makes the city, I mean, one part of really makes the city a great city to live in, where people actually care about the city, want to see it do great, and I appreciate you guys stepping up and being a part of that, so thank you.
Councilmember Basilio?
Again, I appreciate you stepping up. Always so proud of this community, because we're not just a collection of neighborhoods. We are a community, because whenever we need somebody to step up and fill in of the city, we always get that. Our volunteers are great, and you're a great example of it. And again, I appreciate all your efforts. Thank you.
Councilman Campbell? Well, I just want to say I second all the comments tonight. We appreciate the time you're going to put in, because this is a committee that puts a lot of hours in. And nighttime hours in too, so it makes it a little different. We greatly appreciate. So we'd like to give you a round of applause, and I'm certain that we're going to take a picture. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. So let's give them a round of applause, and then we'll have a picture. One more time, we'll go down. All right. Let's go, everybody. Now is the time for citizens who would like to address the City Council on any non-agenda item within the jurisdiction of the Goodyear City Council. Are there any speaker cards?
No, Mayor.
All right. Does anyone in the audience want to speak? All right, we're going on then. So let's go to the consent agenda. Will the city clerk please read consent agenda items 3 through 6 by title only?
Number 3, approval of minutes. Number 4, 1, adopt resolution number 2020-2018, declaring a portion of Litchfield Road south of Pico Drive to be unnecessary for public roadway and extinguishing an existing highway easement, declaring a public utility, sidewalk, and access easement, providing terms for extinguishment and declaration to be effective, providing for the recordation of the resolution and providing for an effective date. 2, adopt resolution number 2020-2019, authorizing the establishment of public right-of-way connecting Litchfield Road to East Pico Drive, requiring recordation and providing for an effective date. Number 3, adopt resolution number 2020-2020, authorizing the establishment of public streets for sections of Litchfield Road and Western Avenue, requiring recordation and providing for an effective date. Number 5, ratify the acceptance of an emergency access easement from Goodyear Ballpark Village of BC1 LLC. Number 6, approve the final plat for Prologis Commerce Park at Goodyear.
Thank you. Does anyone in the council wish to remove an item from the consent agenda? And could I have a motion and a second to approve items 3 through 6? Do I hear that motion?
So moved.
Second.
I heard a motion from Councilman Kano and a second from Councilman Bazzillo. Roll call vote.
Vice Mayor Stipp?
Aye.
Councilmember Loretano?
Aye.
Councilmember Campbell?
Aye.
Councilmember Hampton?
Aye.
Councilmember Kano?
Aye.
Councilmember Pizzillo?
Aye.
Mayor Lord?
Aye.
The motion carries.
Well, now we're down to business, and I'd like to remind council to wait for a motion and a second before discussion. We'll go to 7 on business item tonight to consider approving the intergovernmental agreement with the Maricopa Association of Governments for the Avondale Goodyear Transit feasibility. And tonight we have Christine Murdy, Administrative Service Supervisor, presenting. Christina?
Happy New Year, Mayor and Council. It's 2020. It's January 6th, and we're talking about transit. The action before you tonight is to agree to pay MAG $25,000 for a $250,000 joint study with the City of Avondale to gauge the need for transit services in our cities. I'm going to give you a brief overview of what we're going to get out of this study, and you can just follow along with the slide. That first bullet is really critical, community and stakeholder outreach. This is, what do our residents want? A lot has changed since bus service was started in Goodyear so long ago. It's over 10 years ago. So we are going to ask this consultant to pull out a very deep toolbox. We need some real current and very engaging strategies to draw out what people want, what people need. We need input to measure perceptions about transit services and needs. The next one, the existing conditions review and best practices. That's all the data. Socioeconomic, demographics, land use studies, prior studies that we've done, the general plan, everything that we already have on the books. Pull all that data together so that we have a pretty good Bible to go by about what we are today, what we might look like in the future. And then look at existing and planned activity centers in the city. That's changed since the last time we did a study, which was in 2012. Look at current transit services, look at our current ridership and our infrastructure. The market analysis is where we get really meaty. That's where the consultant takes all of the engagement activity that we have, all of the public input, and looks at the transit that's in our surrounding cities, not just in Avondale and Goodyear, but also to the north of us, to the south of us. We have a lot of residents who go east every day to get to work. A lot is going to change in that perspective as well. The 202 is just the first start. We've got a lot of freeways on the book in the future. How do we, maybe we're looking at more express bus service, all of those potential opportunities. Identify deficiencies and desires from the community outreach and answer the question, what is the underlying demand for transit? And maybe there isn't a great demand. We need to know that too. Where are people traveling to and from? Where are the gaps? And then based on this information, what do we need and how much of it do we need? Route and service recommendations, that's where we're going to receive the recommendations from the consultant. It's going to be a compilation of everything that they've done. This is, we have a year to do this study. It could take that long, it could take less. And look at potential future funding opportunities as well. And then the final report is our deliverables. This whole study will probably kick off sometime in April because MAG is actually going to put this into a solicitation and try to draw consultants from all over the country. It's not just going to be off of a list that they currently have. So we're going to get a pretty good look at some really future thinking, which I think is what my colleagues in Avondale and I, we sit through a lot of transit meetings, we hear a lot of good things, but we want fresh ideas. We don't want to look at stuff that's already out there. We've changed a lot. This whole area has changed a lot. The mayor and the council, you've built a great city, and I think we owe it to our residents to take a really critical look at what our future potential is for how to get people around. So that's all I've got for you. We're just asking for your approval on this IGA, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. That was quite a lot. Can I have a motion, a second, to approve the intergovernmental agreement with the Maricopa Association of Governments to administer the Avondale Goodyear Transit feasibility study and authorize a budget of $25,000 from the Arizona Lottery Fund balance to pay for the local match required by the Federal Transit Administration. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
I heard a motion by Vice Mayor Stipp, and it was Councilman Hampton for the second. So open for council discussion. Vice Mayor?
You know, Christine, thanks for bringing this not only forward, but for the background work on it. I think one of the things that's really important for us as a community to understand is Valley Metro itself, while it serves the entire valley, unless you are an active participant in Valley Metro per se, you're not going to get this level of detail that we're going to get out of this project. So I think it's important for us to look at this and to see where we're at going forward. We've always had a great partnership with the City of Avondale when it comes to transit. They're a great partner to help move the folks today. They're a great partner for us with this, and I think it makes a lot of sense for us to team with them on the transit study and figure out what we need for the future. Kind of on a side note, we had a meeting before the Christmas break with senior staff from Valley Metro talking about the strategic planning going forward. And one of the things we talked about was Valley Metro trying to do a better job of connecting all of the various systems to one larger system. And so we're behind the eight ball, so to speak, but I think this is a really positive first step to move us forward. So I appreciate that and the work not only by Christine but everybody on staff to get it going.
Thank you. Any other comments? Okay. No more council discussion? All right. So I just want to point out to you that I can see where now we're having to be a little more creative. Even though we have things set, I know, at Valley Metro, but it isn't that way the way our cities are developing. And the idea that we're such a long city and not so wide, and we just have different needs here. And so we're developing a very different city with some different cultural ideas. And so I really like that we're now looking at a bigger and better vision of what the future should bring, some of which we really don't know yet that's going to be out there. So it's exciting. All right, so vote this. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Thanks for that nice presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, we're at the end. So does council have any comments, accommodation reports, current events, requests for future items? All right, then I'm turning over to the city manager.
Thank you, Mayor. Just 2 items. I wanted to acknowledge that we have
Julie, can you talk a little bit? I can't hear it from that.
Certainly. Sorry about that. Just wanted to acknowledge 2 quick items. The first is that the City Council will be meeting for a retreat this Friday, January 10th, from 1 to 5 at City Hall in room 117. And also that city offices will be closed on Monday, January 20th, in observance of Martin Luther King Day. Emergency fire, police services, and sanitation services will operate as normal, and city offices will reopen at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, January 21st. Thank you.
All right. Well, I have to just make my comments, but I hope you all had a great Christmas, a good New Year, and I hope you're excited for what's coming, because I think this is going to be even bigger and better than 2019 was. And people are getting very excited because things are going out of the ground now. And so I get comments, and I know you do too. So great job. But we're even going to do more this next year. So the work session scheduled for January 13, 2020 has been canceled. So our next meeting will be a regular meeting on January 27, 2020 at 6 p.m. No further business. This meeting is adjourned.